Hi, my name is Teri Riley, and I am the billing supervisor here at Dominion Fertility. And I'm here today just to talk to you a little bit about how to optimize your IVF insurance benefits. So basically, you really want to be sure that you meet the criteria of infertility. And the definition of infertility would be for patients that are 35 and older, you have to be actively trying for at least 6 months to be considered infertile. And for patients 34 and younger, it's actually a year, 12 months consecutively trying to conceive. If you meet the definition of infertility, then you want to be sure that you do have coverage for IVF. Because some insurances may cover IVF and IUI, which is artificial insemination, and others may just cover artificial insemination, which is IUI. So just be sure that you have coverage for IVF, which is in vitro fertilization. You also want to be sure there's no history of voluntary sterilization. That means if there's sterilization on either parts, the male or the female, then insurance would not cover IVF benefits. That would negate your benefit. One other thing to consider would be to be sure that there's coverage for PGT. PGT, just to be sure there's coverage for that. Some plans do not cover that. They may cover IVF, but they will not cover the PGT. They do not consider that medically necessary. One other thing to consider with IVF is to be sure that there are no restrictions as far as lesser before greater. And what that means is that some plans require that you do try artificial insemination prior to attempting IVF. They want you to try the lesser treatment option prior to IVF. Also, I want to let you know that there are some plans that may cover cryopreservation. Cryopreservation is freezing of any excess embryos that are not transferred. But again, you have to check specifically with your plan to see if cryopreservation would be a covered benefit. Other things to consider would be authorization. Authorization may be required, and that requires history of your test results or any of your progress notes prior to starting treatment. So our financial counselor actually takes that information, submits it to the insurance, and it is reviewed by your insurance company. So if there are any exclusions on your policy and it isn't covered, for example, the PGT or the cryopreservation, they are exclusions on your plan. Even if your doctor recommends those procedures, your insurance will not cover that. And even though the doctor requires it for your treatment and considers it medically necessary for your treatment, your insurance, because it's an exclusion on your policy, will not cover it, and you would be personally responsible for that. Also, if you do not have insurance coverage for IVF, we have multiple plans that would work for you specifically, and you can just reach out and contact one of our financial counselors who can go over the specific packages that we do offer. I hope this information has been very helpful for you. Please feel free to reach out to our financial department. We have counselors here that are available to answer any and all of your questions. Thank you so much.
Dominion Fertility, making miracles happen, one family at a time.